Welcome back to Global National. There is growing recognition that fighting the Islamic State terror group requires a coordinated global effort, one that goes beyond aerial bombing runs. The United States, Britain and Italy are stepping up their push to train Iraq's army. And Quebec this week announced more funding toward outreach programs to prevent radicalized youth from joining the ranks of ISIS. Here's Aarti.
Coalition forces have attempted to take out ISIS for months. The efforts have produced results, but the world agrees. A more effective, fierce fight is necessary.
They're nimble, they're aggressive, and they're opportunistic.
And moving fast, sweeping through cities and towns in Iraq and Syria in the past year. Efforts to contain the spread have now been stepped up. The U.S. has authorized the deployment of 450 more American troops to Iraq to help train and advise Iraqi forces as they fight against the Islamic State. That brings the total number of U.S. forces who will be in Iraq up to 3,500.
It's a step in the right direction. But as the president admitted the other day, he has no strategy to win.
To help develop a winning strategy, the global community is coming together. Britain and Italy will both send additional troops to train Iraqi forces. At a summit held in Australia, ministers and senior officials from more than 25 countries came together to discuss a unified front. Also at the summit, social media groups, Google, Facebook and Twitter, all used by extremists to recruit new fighters.
It's not that ISIS is so great, it's that the response against ISIS is both limited and weak.
It's believed the ISIS online army posts videos and messages from around 90,000 Twitter accounts. And he says the crucial part that's missing is a nuanced, community-driven effort to deal with radicalized youth.
There's a fantasy which exists in Washington, which is this, that somehow if you put magic social media or public diplomacy pixie dust on a problem, it will go away.
This week, Quebec announced it will put more money towards training educators, social workers and police on how to detect radicalization. The Canadian government says it's tracking at least 130 Canadians who went overseas. As many as 80 may have returned. But some critics say all these global efforts need more cooperation from Iraq.
We probably make a difference in the short run, but again, this is a bitter civil war.
And part of the long-term solution is unity within the country so they can eliminate ISIS. Aarti, Global News, Washington.